The PRINZ Code of Ethics is a set of guidelines that Public Relations Institute of New Zealand members sign on to when they become members and then agree to abide by as they continue their membership. A code is something which marks out a profession, and so that's a core part of the public relations profession for PRINZ in New Zealand. The code itself has three parts. The first part is a definition of public relations, setting out what it is we do. The second part is our values, and these are agreed by all members. And the third part is the code itself, and that flows from the values. And that's a set of 5 guidelines which set out how we should behave. The reason that we have a code of ethics is that it provides an actionable framework that guides the day-to-day behaviour and decision-making of our members. Public relations is a complex and sometimes conflicting area of practice. And so the people who use our services want to have confidence that the practitioners that they're using are going to behave ethically, and that they have a touchstone that they can see, a tangible touchstone that they can see that those practitioners have signed on to, which will give them assurance that they will have that ethical behaviour from the PR practitioners who are serving them. The PRINZ Code of Ethics is a set of 5 principles and standards which guide our behaviour and our decision making. The first of these is advocacy and honesty. We are independent advisors to clients and employers, and if there do happen to be incorrect communications, then we act quickly to correct those. The second is balancing openness and privacy. We do have a role to promote open communication wherever we can. We need to respect the right of others to have their say. And while we need to be prepared to name our clients and employers, the people that we represent, we also have a role to safeguard the confidences of those people. The third is conflict of interest. We must disclose promptly any potential conflict of interest with clients or employers, and also to disclose any client or business interest in published or broadcast work. The fourth is law-abiding. In order to be law-abiding, we need to be aware of the laws that relate to the areas that we work in. The fifth is professionalism, and that's about actively pursuing professional development, explaining realistically what public relations activities can achieve, and importantly, loyalty to the profession ahead of clients or employers who would ask us to behave unethically. With a PRINZ ethics complaint, anybody is able to send a complaint into PRINZ. The complaint must be about a current PRINZ member. The complaint is received by the PRINZ office. It then goes to the PRINZ ethics panel, which is made up of an independent chair and 2 PRINZ fellows. They will look at the complaint, decide whether it is a genuine complaint, and advise both parties. If there's a possibility for the complaint to be resolved by mediation, then it will go down that process. Otherwise, it will proceed to a hearing. The complainant will either send material into PRINZ by submission, and the PRINZ member is able to respond by submission, or if either party wants to have a hearing, then they are able to do that. A decision will be made, and then both parties will be advised. If there is a breach of the Code of Ethics, then the PRINZ member may be censured by PRINZ or may be expelled from the Institute. Members can get help with the code if you're looking for just more advice on how the code works. I suggest that you contact the PRINZ office, and they will put you in touch with professional development programs within PRINZ that will help you understand how the code works better from a general perspective. If you have a specific ethical dilemma, once again contact the PRINZ office, but they will assign a senior PRINZ member or fellow who can give you confidential advice about your particular situation and how you can continue to act within the code.